You won't believe what happened to Ngozi, the hairstylist, after she saw a human eye bulb on her customer's head. Ngozi was a well-known hairstylist in Lagos. Her shop was small, but always neat and clean. It was located in a busy area of Yaba, near the bus stop, where people pass every second. Some people called her Ngozi Hair Boss because she was one of the best in the area. Ngozi was young, beautiful, and very hardworking. She did not like gossip or wasting time. Every morning, she swept her shop, arranged her chairs, cleaned her mirrors, and packed her tools carefully. Her combs and brush were always clean, her towels always fresh. She believed in one thing: if you do your work well, customers will come. But on this particular day, it looks like that belief had failed her. The weather was hot, the sun stood like fire in the sky, and the whole of Lagos seemed restless. Motorcycles and buses hung outside, hawkers shouted their goods, and children ran up and down. But Ngozi had no customer. She sat alone in her shop, scrolling through Instagram on her small Android phone. After some minutes, she sighed. Maybe today will be bad, she whispered to herself, dropping her phone on the table. Her stomach groaned, but she had no appetite. Suddenly, the door of the shop opened. A woman walked in quietly. Ngozi looked up, and what she saw shocked her. This was not an ordinary woman. She was tall, fair-skinned, and dressed like a queen. Her long gown swept the floor softly, making no sound. Her jewelries, necklace, earrings, bracelets shined so much that Ngozi's eyes became heavy for a moment. The woman's perfume was strong, but somehow strange, like flowers and smoke mixed together. Ngozi stood up quietly. Her heart beat faster, but she forced a smile. "Good afternoon, madam. Please sit down." The woman smiled back, but there was something about her smile that made Ngozi feel cold inside. "I want to wash my hair," the woman said, removing her scarf very slowly. "No problem, madam. Should I comb it after washing?" Ngozi asked politely, picking up a towel. But suddenly, the woman's face changed. Her smile disappeared like mist. Her eyes became sharp, cold, like a snake staring at its prey. "No," her voice was deep and calm. "Do not comb my hair. Do not touch it too much. Just wash it with water, no shampoo." Ngozi swallowed hard. She was confused. Why would someone wash hair without soap? But she did not want to argue with a rich customer. "No problem, madam," she replied, forcing another smile. She led the woman to the washing chair and started pouring clean water on her head. As she parted the woman's long, thick black hair, something terrible happened. Ngozi's hand opened halfway. Her eyes widened. Her heart jumped into her throat. On the woman's skull, right in the middle of her head, was a big eyeball. It was open, it was alive, and then it blinked. Ngozi's hand started shaking. Her legs became weak. Cold sweat rolled down her back. She wanted to scream, but her mouth refused to open. The woman whispered, "Continue." Her voice was soft but heavy, like a weight on Ngozi's chest. Ngozi swallowed her fear. She forced her hands to move again. She did not dare touch the eyeball. She just poured more water, slowly, carefully, praying quietly in her mind. "Jesus, God help me. What is this?" Her lips moved, but no sound came out. She finished the washing quickly and wrapped the woman's hair with a towel, avoiding the middle of her head. Her body was shaking. Her hands were cold. When she was done, the woman smiled again, this time wider, as if nothing had happened. She stood up slowly and went to her bag. She brought out a white envelope and dropped it on Ngozi's small table. "Take this," she said, Ngozi looked at the envelope. Her hand trembled as she picked it up. When she opened it, her eyes almost popped out. It was full of money, 50,000 naira, just for washing hair. Ngozi had never made that much in one day. Sometimes, she worked for 1 week before seeing that kind of money. Before she could say anything, the woman covered her head with the scarf again and walked out of the shop without looking back. Ngozi stood there, frozen, watching her go. She tried to convince herself it was a dream, but the heavy envelope in her hand told her it was real. As soon as the woman disappeared from sight, Ngozi rushed to the door. Her hands were shaking so much, she almost dropped the key. She managed to lock the shop. She did not greet anybody. She did not answer the meat pie seller calling her name. She just ran straight home. That night, Ngozi could not sleep. She lay on her bed, staring at the ceiling. She turned left, turned right. She sat up, then lay down again. Her heart was heavy, like stone. She wanted to tell somebody what she saw, but who will believe her? Who will believe that a woman came to her shop with an eye on her skull? Her mouth was dry, her throat was tight. Each time she closed her eyes, she saw the eye bulb blinking again. She wanted to cry, but the tears refused to come out. Days passed, but Ngozi's mind was not at peace. Her body was in Lagos, but her mind was somewhere else. She still went to her shop every day, still cleaned her combs and brush, still smiled at customers, but her heart was not there. Sometimes she would sit in her shop and just stare at the wall, her phone in her hand, but she doesn't even know what she was doing. Her food started tasting like sand. She could not sleep well. She could not laugh anymore. The worst part was the nightmare. At night, when the world was quiet and the street light outside flickered, Ngozi would close her eyes and enter into another world, a world of fear. In her dreams, the same woman would appear in her room. Sometimes she stood by the window. Sometimes she would sit on Ngozi's bed and touch her face with long and cold fingers. Ngozi would wake up sweating, her heart beating like a drum. Jesus, Jesus, she would whisper, hugging her pillow. But no matter how much she prayed, the dream kept coming back. Her friends started noticing her changes. Her best friend Amaka came to visit one day. As soon as she saw Ngozi, she frowned. Ngozi, what is wrong with you? You are not yourself these days. Look at your eyes, red like fire. You are losing weight. Talk to me. Ngozi forced a smile. She did not want to tell Amaka the truth. I am fine, just tired, she said, pretending to yarn. But deep inside, she was dying slowly. Her heart carried a heavy secret, and it was killing her. The white envelope was still in her wardrobe. She had kept the 50,000 inside, but she was too scared to spend it. Every time she touched the money, her hands would shake like a leaf in the wind. Some nights, she would bring out the envelope, sit on her bed, and stare at it for hours. She would ask herself questions. Should I use this money? What if something bad happened to me? Should I burn it? Should I give it to the church? But no answer came. One evening, after another terrible night, Ngozi made up her mind. I cannot keep this money again. She cried, her eyes filled with tears. Let me throw it away before it kills me. She wore her slippers, carried the envelope, and went outside. It was already dark, but she did not care. She just wanted the money to live her life. She walked to the dustbin beside her house. Her hands were shaking as she opened the bin cover. Her eyes were red from crying. She dropped the envelope inside the dustbin. As soon as the envelope touched the bottom of the bin, Ngozi heard a voice behind her. Why are you wasting my gift? Ngozi's blood turned cold. Her heart almost stopped. She turned sharply. Standing beside the dustbin was the same woman from the shop. Her long gown was still touching the ground. Her jewelries still sparkled. Her eyes were sharp and cold, and her lips carried that same strange smile. Ngozi's leg became weak. She held the dustbin to support herself, or else she would have fallen to the ground. Her throat was dry. Her tongue refused to move. She could not say a word. The woman bent down slowly, picked the white envelope from inside the dustbin, and cleaned it with her hand, like someone wiping dust from a baby toy. Then she put it back into Ngozi's hands. Her hand was soft, but cold like ice. "Keep it," the woman whispered. "Look into Ngozi's eyes. You will need it." Ngozi's eyes widened. She wanted to throw the envelope away again, but her hand refused to move. She stood there frozen, like a statue. Before she could say anything, the woman disappeared into thin air. One moment she was there, the next moment she was gone. Ngozi screamed. She held the envelope tightly, even though she wanted to throw it away. Her legs carried her back to her room. As fast as she could, she locked the door, pushed a chair against it, and sat on the floor crying. "God, what have I done?" she whispered, her tears flowing freely. "Who is this woman? Why is this happening to me?" Her body was hot, but her hands were cold. Her heart was confused. Her mind was full of fear. "Why me? What did I do to deserve this?" she whispered to herself over and over again. Her stomach crawled from hunger, but she could not eat. She felt like something was sitting on her chest, pressing her down. Her eyes were red from crying all night. Her phone started ringing suddenly. Ngozi jumped. Her heart skipped. She wiped her tears quickly and checked the caller ID. It was an unknown number. She stared at the screen. Her hand was shaking. She did not want to pick up. She did not know what pushed her to answer the call. Slowly, she pressed the green button and put the phone on her ear. "Hello," she said, her voice small and weak. At first, there was silence. Then she heard it, the woman's voice. "Ngozi," the woman said slowly, her tone gentle but cold. "Do not be afraid. I want to bless you." Ngozi's lips began to shake. "Who are you? What do you want from me?" she asked, her voice breaking like glass. "I am not here to harm you," the woman replied, her voice smooth like water, but sharp like knife. "I choose you because you are special." "I don't want to be special," Ngozi whispered, her tears running again. "Please, leave me alone." The woman laughed quietly on the phone. "Come and meet me tomorrow night," the woman said. Her voice was calm, but Ngozi could hear the hidden power inside it. "Where?" Ngozi asked, but she already felt like she knew the answer. "Elegushi Beach, midnight, wear white, come alone." Ngozi's heart started beating fast. Her throat became dry. She wanted to say no, to refuse, to beg. But before she could say anything else, the line went dead. She threw her phone on the bed and held her head with both hands. Her chest was tight. Her breathing became fast. Tears rushed out of her eyes again, falling like rain on her cheeks. "Why me?" she cried loudly, rocking herself back and forth like a child. "God, why me? What did I do wrong?" She thought about calling her mother back in the village. She thought about running away from Lagos. She thought about going to church, but her body refused to move. Something had tied her down. She did not understand it, but deep inside her heart, Ngozi knew she had no choice. Whatever this woman wanted from her, it was too late to run. "God, please save me. I don't want to go." But no matter how much she prayed, something in her heart kept pushing her. And before she knew it, she found herself standing at Elegushi Beach by midnight, just like the woman had said. Her feet were cold as she stepped on the wet sand. The air was chilly, and the sea breeze clapped her face. The wave made a soft scaring sound, like whispers in her ears. Her lips were dry. Her heart was beating, so fast she thought it would jump out of her chest. Why am I here? She thought to herself, but her legs refused to turn back. It was like something was controlling her steps. She looked around. The beach was empty. No boys were playing football. No lovers were sitting on the sand. No hawkers were selling roasted fish or suya. Only Ngozi stood there alone, her white gown blowing in the wind. Then suddenly, the woman appeared from the darkness. 1 minute, there was nobody. The next minute, the woman was there, standing close to Ngozi. Her gown longer than before, her jewelry shining brighter, her perfume filling the air with that same sweet but strange smell. Ngozi, the woman said, smiling as usual. Her teeth were white, but her smile carried something cold, something dangerous. Welcome. Ngozi knelt down immediately, her knees sinking into the sand. Her body was shaking like a leaf. Her eyes were wet with tears. What do you want from me? She cried. Please let me go. The woman walked closer and touched Ngozi's head gently. Her hands were soft but very cold, like ice touching the skin. I want to help you, the woman whispered. Ngozi looked up confused. Help me? She asked, her voice breaking. Yes, the woman replied, still smiling. You will become the richest hairstylist in Lagos. Customers will come from everywhere. Big women, actresses, politicians, they will look for you. Your shop will never be empty again. You will never lack money. Ngozi's heart was beating fast. She did not know if she should feel happy or scared. But the woman continued, her smile fading a little. You must follow one rule. Ngozi wiped her tears with the back of her hand. What rule? She asked quietly, her voice like a whisper. The woman's eyes became sharp. Her lips moved slowly as she spoke. Never comb my hair. Only wash it with water. No soap, no shampoo, just water. Ngozi nodded quickly. Her mind was spinning, but she agreed. Okay, I will not comb it, she said, her lips shaking. The woman bent down and whispered in her ear, and never tell anyone what you saw. Ngozi nodded again. Her head was too heavy to lift. She did not know what else to do. She was trapped. Suddenly, the woman smiled again and stood up straight. Her gown started to move like smoke. Her feet touched the water gently, but the wave did not carry her away. Ngozi watched in shock as the woman disappeared into the sea, leaving no footprints behind. The water swallowed her like she was never there. Ngozi stayed on her knees, her heart full of fear, her eyes full of tears. She wanted to run, but her legs refused to move. She stayed there, staring at the dark sea, listening to the waves whispering her name. After that night at Elegushi Beach, Ngozi's life changed completely. It was like a magic. Her small hair shop, which used to be quiet and empty, became the most popular salon in Yaba overnight. Every morning, before Ngozi even opened her shop, women were already standing outside. Rich women, actresses, business owners, politicians' wives. Some came with their bodyguards. Some came with their personal assistants. They all wanted Ngozi to touch their hair. Her phone did not stop ringing. People were calling from Lekki, Ikoyi, Banana Island, and even Abuja just to book an appointment with her. She started making millions of naira every month. Ngozi bought herself a brand new car, a shiny black Lexus that made people stare when she drove by. She moved out of one-room apartment into a big flat at Lekki Phase 1. The house had marble floors, white curtains, and a large balcony where she could see the whole streets. Newspapers wrote stories about her. Meet Ngozi, the Lagos hair queen, from small salon to millionaire. Bloggers make videos about her on YouTube, TikTok. They called her Miracle Hairstylist. People asked her for interview, They begged her to tell them the secrets of her success. But Ngozi always smiled and said the same thing: hard work and prayer. Yet, deep inside, she knew it was not just hard work. It was something else, something she could never tell anyone. Even though she was rich now, she was not happy. At night, she still had nightmares. She still saw the woman in her dreams, standing by the window, smiling with that cold smile. The woman continued visiting Ngozi's shop every 2 weeks, always at night or during quiet hours when nobody was watching. She would walk in quietly, wearing a long gown and shiny jewelries just like before. And she always said the same thing: only wash, never comb. Ngozi obeyed the rules. Every time the woman came, she would gently pour water on her hair, carefully, not to touch the middle of her skull. She would never use soap. She would never try to pat the hair too deep. She just washed and kept quiet. Each time the woman left, Ngozi's hands would be shaking. But she told herself, just keep quiet. Do what she says. Do not break the rules. For many months, things continued like that. Ngozi became famous. Her Instagram followers grew to over 500,000 people. Begged her for advice. They called her a role model. They said she was an example of what hard work could do. But they did not know the truth. They did not know about the woman with the eye on her head. They did not know about the cold nights when Ngozi sat alone in her room, afraid to close her eyes. They did not know about the price she was paying for her success. But Ngozi kept the secret until one day, everything went wrong. On a busy afternoon, Ngozi's shop was full of customers. The place was packed from the front door to the back. Women were sitting everywhere, on chairs, on bench, even on the floor, waiting for Ngozi to touch their hair. Some were scrolling through their phones, while some were drinking juice or chewing gum. Some were arguing about who came first. Ngozi was tired. Her back was aching. Her feet were swollen inside the shoe. Her head was hot. But she forced herself to smile and continue walking. She had been standing since morning, and it was now almost evening. Her assistant, Blessing, was also working that day. Blessing was a small girl from the village. Ngozi brought her to Lagos to learn hairdressing. She was still new, but she was hardworking. She did not know much about the secret woman. She only knew that sometimes a strange rich customer came to the shop and Ngozi would always attend to her alone. That day, Ngozi was distracted. She had headache. Her phone kept ringing. Her customers kept shouting. While she was braiding someone's hair, the door of the shop opened quietly. The woman came again. She did not knock. She did not greet anybody. She just walked straight in, as usual. Her long gown sweeping the floor. Her perfume filling the whole shop. She sat down quietly in the corner chair. Ngozi, she whispered, a cold smile on her face. Wash my hair. Ngozi's heart jumped. She nodded quickly, dropped the braid she was doing, and went to get a towel. Her hand was shaking, but she tried to act normal because of the other customers. But that day, Blessing was close by. Blessing did not know the rules. As Ngozi turned to pick the towel, Blessing saw the woman's thick hair. She wanted to help, thinking she was doing a good job. She smiled and said, "Ah, madam, your hair is tangled. Let me help you comb it small before washing." Before Ngozi could stop her, Blessing had already picked a comb and dragged it through the woman's hair. Everything changed at once. Suddenly, the whole shop went dark. The light bulb burst. The mirror cracked from top to bottom. The ground shook under their feet like an earthquake. Chairs fell over. Tables scattered. Her attachment flew in the air. Ngozi screamed, "Stop! No!" But it was too late. When she looked at the woman's head again, the big eye bulb was now open wide. It was no longer calm. It was red, bleeding, and rolling in anger. Tears of blood dropped from it onto the floor. The eyes stared straight at Ngozi. The woman stood up slowly, her face no longer smiling. Her voice, once soft and cold, now sounded like thunder. "You break the rules," she screamed. Her voice shook the walls of the saloon. Customers ran out of the shop, dropping their bags and wigs, shouting, "Jesus, Jesus, what is this?" Some fainted, some ran barefoot into the street. Nobody wanted to look back. Ngozi fell on her knees, her face on the floor. "Please, I am sorry," she cried, her tears mixed with sweat. "It was a mistake. I did not know. Forgive me." But the woman did not listen. She bent down, her face close to Ngozi's ear, and whispered something in a language Ngozi could not understand. The words were heavy, strange, and dangerous. As the woman spoke, her cold breath touched Ngozi's neck, and Ngozi's whole body started shaking. Then the woman stood up, walked to the door without looking back, and disappeared into the thin air, like smoke blowing away in the wind. From that day, Ngozi's life became bitter. Her saloon, once the most popular in Lagos, closed down. Customers stopped coming. Some said they heard that Ngozi did juju. Others said her hands were evil. People who used to praise her before now crossed the road when they saw her. She tried to explain. She tried to beg people to listen, but no one believed her. Her money finished, her new car broke down, and she could not repair it. She sold her jewelries just to buy food. She moved out of her big house and went back to one small room. Her beauty faded, her face became pale, her body became thin. She felt sick, but no hospital could tell her what was wrong. Every night, she sat alone in her room, staring at the wall, waiting for sleep that never came. Thanks guys for watching this video. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel to support us, like, share, and do not forget to tell us the country or the cities you are watching from. Thank you guys, we love you all.